once you get it, you will like literally start to reason with yourself. Well, you know what? I mean, she do this good. You know,
right.
you start to
very
think
true.
about these
yes.
little things.
Very
like,
true.
Yes. It's okay. She all right. And then you know, bro.
Right.
This ain't gonna last.
Trying to trick your own self.
Exactly.
Right. We compromise on our own things.
For real.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to convince yourself to stay in something you know ain't good for you.
Yep.
Well, look, I feel like to answer the question, how do you find that? I feel like that comes down to your spiritual relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, bro, that's your flesh that you fighting.
Almost
You
that
know
way.
what I'm saying? If that cookie fire, I'm going to go eat again. You know what I'm saying?
Impact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast. Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply to their community.
Let's grow.
Come on, brother. We back.
We are back.
We here.
Episode what?
32.
What it do?
Yo. It's a long time coming, my brother.
Most definitely.
I'm grateful.
So many people... See, you starting already. Like I'm starting to be
I'm
serious.
sorry.
You want to hit it with the Marshawn Lynch. Come on. Come on.
I'm grateful.
Listen, you know why I'm here, all right? You know why I'm here. I'm just here so I won't get fined. You understand that? But yeah, I'm definitely thankful today because we have an amazing lineup today. First of all, we have a couple of great guests in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And before we even get to the guests,
what we got to do?
I just wanted to go over a couple housekeeping rules for you guys who are watching and listening. Shout out to each and every single one of you guys who are watching us on YouTube. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below.
Please.
Don't forget to click that notification bell so you definitely don't miss when we upload a new video.
For sure.
Also, don't forget to drop a comment down below because we would love to hear your feedback. All right? And shout out to each and every single one of you guys who are listening to us on the many podcast platforms that are out there, from Apple Podcasts to Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. We are everywhere. So thank you guys so much, and whatever platform you are listening to us on, be sure to leave us a rating and let us know how we are doing. Doesn't matter how we're doing, but we just want to know what you guys think of the show, what you like, what you don't like, what we can improve on.
Yes.
Get at us.
Please do. Appreciate that, brother.
Most definitely. So,
What's up?
without further ado,
Uh-oh.
Mike, you want to go ahead and do the honors?
Come on, man. I got to, man. Well, you know, I just saved a lot of money on my car insurance by switching to
This
policy, so
guy.
I just want to let everybody know that if y'all need it. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop. Yo,
Listen, if they're not cutting us a check, I don't want to
you
hear
right.
nothing.
My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, I'm cut that one now. Don't worry about that. But nah, man, we got two special guests in the building, man, and I just want to, start off by introducing. Well, I want y'all to introduce yourself. So we're gonna start with my boy right here. I'm not even gonna say your name. I want you to say your name and just, tell the people who you are.
All right. Well, thank you for allowing me to be here today. I appreciate y'all.
Most definitely, thank you for being here.
Look, my name is Wynton. I'm a college student. So I'm about to graduate next year. I'm just out here trying to get my life together, mentally, physically, financially, all things on an accord. So I'm hoping that I can bring wisdom and whatever else I have to the table today.
Let's go.
For sure. I love that. Next up, who we got?
What up, man? It's your boy Playe. I finally got in the building. Took me a minute to get an invite, but you know what I'm saying? I was excited when I seen it, though. But my name is Playe. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer. I'm from New York, but I've been in Atlanta for a while. Just trying to live out my dreams, make something happen.
I feel it, bro.
Let's get it.
I love it, man. First off, that we have like this different dynamic of people. Like, one of the things I like about this show is that we bring like literally just everyday people in here.
Yeah.
It's not all about having somebody like who got fame, who got like, already a bunch of status or anything, but it's just about like showing people that we all have something to give, bro. Like literally we got dynamics in here right now.
Of course.
So man, I just love it.
And listen, that's not to say that we don't appreciate anybody who stops by with a blue check. It's happened already. Y'all know that if you've been watching and listening to us, so it's happened. Price has gone up. As Fat Joe would say,
yesterday's price is not today's price.
So, not to say that we're not appreciative of all the blue checks who come through and kick it with us, but we definitely love the dynamic that we consistently have on a weekly basis, and we owe it to each and every single one of y'all who keep tuning in, who keep tapping in, who keep listening and watching.
Sure.
Because if it wasn't for y'all, we would really just be doing this for ourselves.
Pretty much.
For real. So, without further ado, let's get into today's show.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. But hold on, B.
What up?
We can't get into it without, we gotta ask how the week was going, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, where's my mind at?
So we're gonna start with the guests. We'll go in the same direction. So we always like to say, man, how was your week this week?
Well, my week, honestly, it's been pretty lit.
That's what I like to hear.
I've been reestablishing a structure in my life because I fell out of routine of fitness and just taking care of myself because of a lot of life things that were going on.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm moving back where I need to go on the correct path, and now I have a momentum that makes me want to continue.
Ooh.
So I've just been following my path this week.
You said a key word, my brother. Momentum. I'm learning that's real big. So that's all it kind of takes is get on that momentum. Like, think about it. We're on a momentum right now as far as being at 32 episodes.
Right.
It's like if we fall off this momentum, it's like, dang, we done did all this for what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that momentum word is a huge word, man. I'm glad you said that, bro, for real.
Thank you.
Yo, Playe, how was your week, man?
My week was straight, man. I went to work, regular life things. But what really made me excited about this week, I performed last weekend, so that, like you said, momentum. Like, you
Yes,
gotta
sir.
ride that wave while
Yes,
it's there,
sir.
because the second you wait, you gotta find the next wave to come, and it might take a little bit. So,
That's big facts.
and then I also just put out a song, and it'll be out on Saturday. I haven't dropped a single since 2020, so
Wow.
that had me really excited. So y'all look out for that. It's all in my head.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it'll be out Saturday.
Most definitely.
And I'll send it to y'all too, so y'all can
We're
hear
definitely
it.
looking forward to it.
On
I
all
appreciate
platforms?
that. Yeah, it's gonna be everything. Spotify, whatever you can think of, I put it up there. So
I mean, can you maybe later on in the show, can you bless us with a little something?
course. Come
Okay,
on now.
say less. We already got the word.
Not an exclusive.
We got the word. For freedom.
my manager's out there. He'll talk to y'all. He'll talk to y'all about that.
Yo, it's crazy how the main person that be taxing everybody else
One of
ask
this.
for the free, right?
Hey, man.
Where they do that at?
Hey, Mike known to come to your house and get the free plate. That's what y'all to know.
Hey,
But if you go to his house, he gonna want to charge you.
Right. We ain't got no more food.
Unless you cough up the bread.
That's funny.
Mike, how was your week, man?
Oh man, this week was I'm trying to think about it. How was it? This week was good. No really complaints. Came back from vacation. Well, not really vacation. More so, I just went to go see my parents. It was good to be around family again. It's crazy how just time flies and how my parents, they used to live here and they don't live here now, and it's like, man, I'm doing my own thing, so it's kind of
That's
like
what's up.
weird to go visit them and then come back to my own. So, but everything else was good, man. This week has been pretty smooth, man. Can't
That's
complain
what's up.
about nothing. What about you?
Similar to last week, it was kind of off to a little rocky start for me.
Yeah.
I did have to go out of town myself, but it was for a funeral.
Yeah.
So it
Sorry to
started
hear
off pretty rough. I appreciate it, man. Started off pretty rough, and then, it just slowly started getting better. I made a new friend last week, and I might have already kind of ruined the friendship before it even started. I don't know. Yeah, I just, ruin might even be a strong word, but let's just say things might have gone sour before it even got off the ground.
Dang.
So that was a rough start to the
Do you
week.
feel like this friend is worth it to save the friendship?
And I had to come to the realization that the people in your life are here for a reason. Some people are here for a season, and some people are here for a lifetime. Those people who might have been in your life for a reason are just here to teach you lessons, and even those who are here for a season. If you didn't last in my life for, I guess, longer than you were supposed to, then that's fine. You were just here for a certain lesson that I had to be taught. So, I'm appreciative of those people for that, but I had to come to the realization that I'm too fly to be waiting on somebody. Baby, you understand that?
This guy.
Tell them, do you know who I am? And people don't know by now. they will know in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It'll hit them when that reality sets in and they realize that they dropped the bag by fumbling me. Come on, man.
What's that post you put up this week? You put up something on your story. It was just funny. It was something around the lines of that though. You was like something. I'm just dope or something. It was something about you just being like a dope person. It was hilarious.
Like a regular picture, or was it on my story?
It was on your story. It was hilarious. I can't remember right now. It'll come back to me though.
I hope so, because I have no idea.
But the confidence was up here though.
Yeah. It's always up here.
Gotta be there.
Real talk, man.
Definitely.
I agree with you on that one, man.
Like I know the last post I put up, because I rarely post on Instagram unless it's for the podcast, you know, IG. But the last post I put up, the caption was like, "Not everybody likes me, but not everybody matters." So that's definitely how I was feeling this week.
I understand that.
So
got to.
Man.
Yeah,
I love it, brother.
Walk in yourself.
most definitely.
Got to, bro. Got to. Because the world will try to make you somebody else, will try to, copy everybody else doing, worry about what they're doing, their opinions and stuff.
Sure.
You'll get lost in that, for real.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah,
bro.
That's all social media, though.
It is.
Bro.
That's why it's there.
Yeah. I'm learning too how depressing social media can be at times. Like, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes you can just be scrolling, bro, and you can just get depressed. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not trying to live their life or nothing, but it's just I get depressed just by being on there at times. It's weird.
That's why, like, when I wake up in the morning, I try not to pick up my phone. I mean, unless I'm checking my text or something like that. Yeah. But, like, it happens, bro. It's just natural. It's not on no hating. You're not hating on nobody. But when you see other people living life, you know what I'm saying, on vacation, and you know what you about to go do. I'm about to go to work. I'm over here watching people, so it gets depressing naturally, bro. Yeah. So I definitely understand that.
Reminds me of a post that I saw on IG, like, a couple years ago, but I took a screenshot of it, so it's still on my phone. It was something along the lines of when you are scrolling through Instagram and you have to go to work in an hour or so, but you see people partying on a yacht in Dubai.
I quit.
Man, but when you gotta go clock in, you seeing these people partying on a yacht in Dubai. I was like, damn,
it hurts.
Bruh.
One thing I've learned with that, bro, just even an aspect of like, not to say it like that, but like when I be driving. And when I drive, I play my music, I be turned up. Yeah. And I know people be looking at me like, bro, he's so happy. You know what I'm saying? He's having a great life, but little do they know, I'm going through a lot of things that you don't even know. So you can't even judge of what people post because that's marketing, bro. They're putting out what they want you to see.
Exactly.
And everything that you don't see is behind the scenes, and you just never know what anybody's going through, bro. So
that's true. Mm-hmm. That's
look fun, but they might be stressed out.
Nah, that's big facts, though. That's big facts.
For real.
And to piggyback onto what you just said, a lot of the stuff that people put on there is a facade.
For sure. Yes.
So just at the same point when you go into work and you gotta continue this 9 to 5 throughout the week, they posting the highest points of their life.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? The points that they've prepared for, have money being funneled to them, and they're not establishing their life possibly in the same form that you are.
Yep.
There's even been times where I didn't have video saved on my phone and I posted on my story. I'm at work. Y'all probably think I'm I'm at the job. So you just never know, bro.
That's fact.
I understand that. That's Well, B, man, I know we got a lineup today, man. You came in with this heat.
Yeah.
What we talking about, man?
So, man, like I was saying before, man, I know I was about to jump the gun a little earlier before we got into how everybody's week was. But you're right. I did come with the heat, man, because there's just been so much chatter online that I just wanted to clear the air on a lot of stuff. I wanted to talk about this because all the stuff that's been going on really says a lot about either our generation or the younger generation or a combination of it, and just the social media generation.
Yeah.
The people who know, like we were just talking about, when we wake up in the morning, one of the first things we want to do, whether we do it or not, is want to go on the phones, tap into Twitter, tap into IG, whatever the case may be. It's like, yo, people only post what they want you to see.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I don't know how this rumor started. It really just, it blows my mind how many people were like really on this man's back over some rumors.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about ASAP Rocky allegedly, and you know how we throw that word around, allegedly.
Allegedly.
We ain't got $4 million for nobody to sue us, especially no celebrities. All right? So people were talking about how ASAP Rocky allegedly cheated on his pregnant girlfriend, Rihanna. Rihanna was trending on Twitter for almost, I think, the last 24 hours because of this cheating allegation. I don't even know how it started, but I don't know where so many people have just come to the conclusion like, oh, this man was cheating, or all men cheat. You know how a lot of people like to do. All men cheat.
Yeah.
Come on, man. This dude knocked up Rihanna. Well, I'm not going to say that just because he got Rihanna pregnant, he can't cheat. Because we all know what happened with the Jay-Z and Beyonce situation.
Yep.
Your wife Beyonce, and he still stepped out. We get it.
Yeah.
Life.
Not saying that I do it. Yeah, man. Just, I don't know. Like, Twitter was really on this man's back. But according to TMZ, the cheating and breakup rumors were untrue. What does that really say? Like, all these tweets and the fact that Rihanna was trending, and as we are recording this, it looks like she's still trending. What does that say about us as a whole? Whether it's men online or women online, what does that say about our generation?
I'll let the guess into that. What y'all think?
I feel like people just love drama. Our day and age, if it ain't bad, it ain't good. It's crazy. It's like,
Yo, we need that on a t-shirt.
It ain't good. What?
it's true. Like, it just draws you in. It's drama, bro. People they love negative things. I don't know what it is. It's our generation. That's something new. It's like people, back in the days, people were serious about every single day. If you were an artist or you had a career in something, you're watching every step you do. But nowadays, it's like, let's put this out there, even though it might, like Will Smith when he slapped Chris Rock. At the end of the day, it was probably a dumb decision, but when was the last time anybody talked about Will this much in years?
What?
So it just works like that, man. Social media is crazy.
That's so weird, though.
Yeah.
I mean, people just feel so empowered to include their opinions. You know what I'm saying?
They want to feel like they're a part.
Yeah.
Right. So whether that be positive or negative, they're going to include their
Yep.
2 cents to receive some type of reaction. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
and
like-
that's their viral moment, I feel like.
Yeah.
I guess. But it's not true, though. Like, I
Right.
mean, they just literally heard something. They just ran with it. They probably heard from
That ain't
one
new.
wrong. It's just like literally spread. From one person said something that wasn't true, and it just spread.
Yeah.
Nobody does their homework. Nobody's looking for the facts. Hey, nah, we're going to just run with this lie.
They do their homework on the Shade Room and stuff. TMZ.
Lord.
Nobody's digging like that.
Bruh. I mean, I don't know. To me, I just didn't like it because it's like, it's already like giving black men a bad name, trying to look at it like, oh man, we cheat. And that's how I looked at it. I'm like, man, it's just not a good look. Because I don't, until like I hear it straight from them, the source, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to be like, oh, this is true.
Right.
So that's kind of how I felt about it, man.
Because, like, again, with the whole Jay-Z and Beyonce situation, Beyonce wrote a whole album about it,
Yeah.
right? And not only that, Solange met him in the elevator.
Yeah,
You understand?
that's
So we
choice
knew.
words.
We knew what happened, right?
Yeah.
We knew it was true.
Yeah.
But, like you said, man, until we hear from the celebrities themselves, it's just rumors, y'all.
Exactly. They ain't heard nothing. They ain't even said nothing. It didn't even come from them. It came from apparently a stylist that do something with one of them.
So they have like a close interaction with them.
That's what they said. And then apparently now another woman is coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh yeah, ASAP tried to holler at me," something like that. So now you got,
But plenty of women do that. You know?
bruh.
So how do you deal with a situation like this outside of the celebrities speaking on behalf of themselves?
I mean, for me personally, I'm a big believer. I try not to keep my relationship in the public eye. Like, I think that's the best way to have a great relationship is when you don't have it so public.
Right.
Because when you have your stuff put out there, you have so many opinions of other people, and it sometimes it taints being able to try to fix stuff because everybody's in your ear now. So now everybody's weighing on their opinion. They don't even know the whole situation.
Yeah.
And it's like they just taking that little piece and they'll run with it.
They know everything for that one
Exactly,
piece.
bro. They know everything off a little bit. So
It's like that game Telephone. Like, if we were sitting in the line, just the four of us, but there was more people on it. Let's say we had 5 more people in the line. I start off with a phrase,
Yep.
tell it to play, and then goes to Wynton, and then goes to you, and then the next 5 people, by the time it gets to the last person,
it ain't nothing
it's
what you
nothing, nothing close to what I said.
bro.
That's exactly how it happens.
That's crazy, dog. But yeah, that's one way I can think. Just keep your relationship not in the public eye. Now, in their instance, I don't know how they would do that.
I mean, they're celebrities. So in essence, like you literally sign up to have all your business in the public eye.
Yeah.
Or as much business as you allow out there, actually. So,
but them as individuals, they're very private to begin with.
Of course.
Like, when's the last time you heard something about Rihanna or ASAP outside of when he was in Europe and had gotten arrested?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is
That's
true.
true.
This is true.
So I expect them to handle the situation amongst themselves. But then again, where did this source come from?
I hope it's a lie, because it's like Rihanna talked to a lot of people now, and like out of everybody, I was kind of happy when I see ASAP. Like, I rock with ASAP.
Yeah,
they both
you know
get
what
some
I'm saying?
fashion. They like wearing their little clothes. I already know they baby about to be flies. I don't know
Exactly.
what. I already know. But I just want to see her, you know what I'm saying, find that individual for herself.
Yeah.
Especially being famous. I know it's so hard to find a person that's like going to be real with you. So.
Exactly.
Hey, shout out ASAP, man. Get that thing right, bro. Get it right, ASAP.
And it doesn't make it no better that she's pregnant too. Like
That's even worse.
I think that's what fuel people more to like want to talk about it.
And that's what everybody was talking about. Is like, how are you going to cheat on your pregnant woman? Forget if it's Rihanna, she's pregnant.
Right.
What?
You see what I'm
Are
saying?
you sure that that's what happened?
Right.
Nope.
Right.
Nope. So
And just last week, I could have sworn y'all just got together. At least that's what we found out. Like, breaking up already.
I got her 2 weeks ago.
but yeah, man. I don't know, B. I mean, that's the era that we live in. Like Playe said, bro, the negative narrative is always gonna catch the attentions of people the most, and that's what they want to hear, and just run with, bro.
The negative narrative.
Yeah.
Yo, I think that's the title of today's episode.
That's pretty hard.
I think that's the title.
Negative narrative, bro.
But in other news, I just wanted to touch on another topic regarding the negative narrative, which is crazy because, first and foremost, we all know black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat, all right?
Facts.
Secondly, there's been a lot of talk going around lately, right? First, before I even get into this topic, I just want to let y'all know, for all the fellas that are listening, this is a safe space for us, right? This is a safe space. We are among brothers.
Yeah.
We can talk whatever we want to talk about, as long as we're not reckless with it. You understand?
For sure.
All right? So, there's a lot of talk that's been going around, especially some reckless talk, about how a lot of women no longer want to do wifely duties for their boyfriends because they're technically girlfriends. They're not wives yet.
Coming from where I'm sitting now, I'm not doing no more wifey shit. All right? You're getting the bare minimum. You're getting the bare minimum. And that's good enough. All right? And then you can unlock the rest. How exciting. You don't get to just have your cake and eat it too. You don't get to just have me do wifey things for you and not actually wife me up. Like, no, I'm not doing any more wife shit for anybody that's not ready to upgrade their subscription. Like, that's the way that it is. You either pay extra or you get the basic service. All right?
Which I understand. There's nothing completely wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with not wanting to do wifely duties at girlfriend prices. I get that. But what I don't get is, how do you not want to do wifely duties at girlfriend prices, but you still, and this is not all women, so just understand that, you still want your man to do husband duties at boyfriend prices?
Don't hurt me, because I know y'all like to tussle, especially when I back up men. But there's this one expression that just sits underneath my skin. Don't do wife duties at girlfriend prices. No one told you to do his laundry on a day-to-day basis. No one told you to clean his house on a day-to-day basis. No one told you to do the grocery shopping. No one told you to do none of that. No one told you to operate his business, none of that. But y'all run into cohabitation and then expect not to do anything in return? Y'all know cohabitation often kills a man's motivation to marry, right? Doesn't he have to show you that he's worthy of being your husband? Don't get me wrong. Yes, he should allow you to rest in your femininity. Yes, he should continue to pursue you. Yes, he should be consistent. Yes, he should still display wise leadership skills. But aren't those husband duties at boyfriend prices? You have to offer something. You have to show something. You have to offer love that's not limited to sex and simple dates and just the ear to listen.
I don't understand that. I don't get it.
What you mean? What you mean, like husband duties? Then?
Well, for example, shout out to Cruise Season. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, and they're going to go over some examples, and I want y'all's opinion on it.
Me and this guy are dating. and I mentioned to him that I'm waiting for marriage to have sex. The guy I'm dating says he is cool with that. And then he mentions that we should go Dutch when we go on dates because he is saving his money for his wife. What WTF? I told him that's not cool, that he will not spend money on me because I want to wait until marriage. He says that's not the case at all, but clarifies that just like sex, he should be a good steward with his money and reserve that for his wife. I think he follows you. Is he wrong?
No, he not wrong. And then the first thing women will say is, that's different. How is my well-being a living? Because when I spend money on you, I'm taking from my own mouth, I'm taking from my pockets, I'm taking from my bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking from my responsibilities to make sure you happy. Hey, baby, look, I'm just trying to be responsible with my cash like you being responsible with that.
That's hard. That is hard.
So that's an example right there, right? It's not the only example, but that's just one of many examples out there of wanting to wait till marriage to do a husband duty for a girlfriend while you're only a boyfriend, right? We are always expected to pay for everything. And again, this is not with all women, not with all women, but for the most part, we are expected to pay for everything, and that's cool. We are the providers and the protectors. But without any reciprocation coming from whoever it is that we're courting or whoever it is that we're dating, what's the point? If I'm just solely taking care of you, if I'm solely going out with you, paying for dates, whether it's dinner dates or, you know, let's say we go to the movies or I take you to a concert or whatever the case may be, I'm paying for it, right? I'm working hard for my money and I'm putting my best foot forward to show you that I want to be with you. I want to invest in you, right? It's only right to want a return on our investment. So I don't know, I'm just saying, like, I think it goes both ways. Just like that clip said, right? And those were the words of somebody who was asking them a question. Yeah. But I wholeheartedly agree. Like, there's nothing wrong with us not wanting to do husband duties at boyfriend prices if they don't want to do wifely duties at girlfriend prices.
Right. Well, I'm gonna ask my guest first because, you know, I'm a little bit kind of distant from the dating game and, you know, being in the girlfriend and boyfriend phase, but I feel like y'all are maybe closer to that, you know, aspect right now in y'all lives. So what is y'all take on this whole thing and how do y'all respond to something like this?
Look, you want to take this place?
You know me, I'm ready. Man, I feel like this. I got two different answers. Okay. One is for what the girl was saying, and then the other one's for that video. So I feel like nowadays a lot of people put themselves in situations that they're not ready for. Like, let's be honest. How many people do you know that have a girlfriend and they live together? Y'all not married. So what are we talking about here? Who's gonna clean the dishes? Who's gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's like, in a relationship, you gotta know what you're in it for before you get in it, because it's like, if you're not willing to be my wife or do things like a wife before you're even my wife, what makes you think I'm gonna make you my wife? But vice versa, if I'm not doing the same things as a man to where you want me to be your husband, like, what are we doing?
Right.
So with that other video though, I'll say, number one, I ain't no broke boy, so if I ask you out, I'm always gonna pay.
Okay.
At the same time, though, a lot of girls do expect that, and it's like, balance is good. If I say I'm gonna pay and I still see you pull out your card, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna make me more happy. Like, you know what? I definitely got you one a dessert, or something like that. So
I feel that.
I feel like everybody just need to play their role. Like, a lot of people get in relationships and don't want to get farther. And then they don't understand why they can't find somebody or why the last one didn't work. So if you're gonna get in a relationship, do it for real. And that's me being 27, Playe, by the way, because I didn't always think like that. I'm 27 now, so
that's big facts.
That's jewels for me too, bro.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, bro.
What's your take? No, you good though. You good though.
I mean, like, with the whole situation, I feel like as women expect men to meet a certain standard, and that's fine, but at what point is that mutual? Like you said, there's a balance when it comes to looking for a person and being that already. I feel like a lot of times people aren't prepared or mentally prepared or know what they want to even step inside of a relationship. So it's like, you can't have these expectations and not meet the qualifications yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, as a man, we're required to provide, have our money, respect women, take care of them, all the whole shebang. You get what I'm saying? So how do you even, and I'm asking this for a woman's perspective, what would even be a standard to say that he's qualified to even be a candidate for you? You get what I'm saying? Because I mean, these are simple things for a man to possess at the end of the day. As long as you work and you handle yourself accordingly, all of this will come to you. You get what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So I feel like it's a lot of things on this society that's been put down again with women, men and women not having a clear understanding of what they want ultimately.
Yeah.
But that's my take on it.
I agree. I definitely
But I've been out of the game too. I'm in a relationship.
That's what's up.
I'm single, ladies. I'm
that
put that quick plug
in there too, baby.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yo, listen. Hey, that's what the show is for, you know. So, hey, if something good come out of this, I'm with it. I know he'll be happy. But yo, like I definitely made sure that I included this in the notes for a reason. Like I wanted to put this on the docket for us to have this conversation. And both of you gentlemen brought up some amazing points. Like y'all have definitely brought up some valid points regarding roles that we should play or knowing what it is that we want out of a relationship. Because yeah, I mean, as a man, we should have the basic things to even enter a relationship. If we don't have those things, why are we even focused on dating?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm guilty of not having everything that I absolutely wanted and needed and trying to pursue a relationship. But I've mentioned it a couple episodes ago that I somewhat had a fear of being alone. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that I've struggled with for a little while. And I'm still working on it, right? I want to focus mainly on my purpose, which I think I have found it in this podcast and speaking to our brothers and speaking to the audience and so on and so forth. I think that I've been given a voice, right? And I'm using that voice and I'm using a lot of the knowledge that I've acquired over the years to really talk to our people and uplift our people because I want to see better community as black people, you understand? Yes, and a part of that, I've said it before, but relationships between men and women in our community play a huge part in that. So that's why I wanted to include this in here so that we can have this discussion, have this conversation. And of course, when we put it out there for other people to hear and listen and see, like I want them to talk about it too, because we really need to come together and have some sort of understanding between the men and the women in our community so that we can all be better.
For sure.
I definitely agree with that.
Communication is the key.
Boy,
definitely.
It is, though.
Accountability too.
Yes,
oh man.
Vulnerability too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All the
That's real talk. And that's something that you gotta realize and you gotta understand before you even put yourself out there and understand before you get in a relationship. You gotta know what those things that you need personally and then before you can give it to somebody else. Cause like speaking from a married perspective, like there's a lot of things that I know I thought I was ready for, but I wasn't ready for until I got in it, and then like it hit me, and I had to learn it along the way because I already done made this commitment. So I don't want people to go in and make that big old commitment before it's too late, and then you're fighting, and then you happen to see a lot of divorce and things like that, and you don't want that, of course. But thank God that me and my wife we worked everything out. But it's like a lot of times people don't even make it to that marriage stage. They're getting rocky in their own relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right. But that's what people don't understand. It's like it's gonna get rocky.
Yeah.
It's not about to be perfect.
It's not.
It's never gonna be perfect.
If you get in it thinking like that, we might as well not even date.
This is true. This is very true.
This is not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna do something that's messed up. You're gonna do something. Girls sneaky. I'll probably never find out. But at the end of the day, it's like you gotta work together, bro. Just like I just said, man.
You do.
A lot of people just jump into, and that's the thing. I'll say this too. Just jumping off of what you said. Sometimes you might jump into a relationship without being ready for it. But as long as you know what's to possibly come from it, then it's okay if you're willing to put in that work.
Most definitely.
Right.
You said a key thing right there. As long as you're willing to put in that work. Because no matter what, for me, my goal was like, yo, we're gonna make this work, and I'm gonna always make sure I put that forth effort. And that my take on relationship is if you have to, it's only gonna stop working if y'all stop working.
Right.
If you stop working, how's it gonna work? You can't pull what Chris Rock says, like if you're trying to move a couch, one person by yourself is gonna be hard, but if you both trying to move the couch, it's gonna be a lot easier.
Right.
So that's how the relationship should work, man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can definitely say that I agree with that as well. And I know, we touched on this a little bit, especially when you mentioned a little earlier cohabitation. I don't believe in shacking up before I'm married. I really just don't. I think it leads to too many issues. And that's why, I've never lived with a girlfriend, but I know so many of my friends who have lived with their girlfriends, and to this day, they're still not married. Because
comfortable.
Like she said.
Y'all know cohabitation often kills a man's motivation to marry, right?
Because it's like you're already in it, like pretty much like a marriage. You're all practically husband and wife, right? It's like that saying goes, why buy the cow when you can have the milk for free?
Yeah.
Right.
You're literally getting everything or every benefit out of a marriage without having the title or walking to the altar or exchanging the vows because you're cohabitating.
Yeah.
And you're already creating children, so you got your legacy.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
So I mean, that's my opinion. That's my take on it, man. But yeah, let's change things up, man. There's a reason why we created this platform. We gotta change things. We definitely gotta change things if we want to improve as a community.
Yeah, I think so. For me, I'll get my take on it. Before me and my wife got married, I did actually. She had her own place. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did kind of move myself in there a little bit, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I still was at the time though. I still was living with my parents. But me, I was I felt okay, I'm ready to move on to something more. So I was spending a lot more time over there to the point where I was over there probably 5 days out of the week.
Jeez.
But I will say this though, it did not kill my motivation to marry her because I knew before even getting with her that was my goal. My goal was yo, this is the one. And I think as men, we know when we found that one that, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be with you. I don't care who you was talking to before. Nobody got nothing over me. You're mine. And I think for me, that's what always drove me. Now, granted, my wife did make me work. She still to this day make me chase her. So I think I agree with her. A man, you should have some type of chase. A woman should make you want to work for something because when we get something too easy, bruh, we don't want that. We don't appreciate that. I think we all agree on that, bruh. I never wanted something that if I knew I can get you, I'm gonna just let you stay right there because I already know I can pick you up anytime I want to.
Big facts.
So I don't know. That's my take on that, bro.
I was gonna say that too with that other video with how he's I gotta save my cash, you saving your stuff. yeah. But it's personally. Nowadays, I'll probably like a girl more the fact that she's trying to wait. I'm whoa, I ain't never heard that before. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that she's actually serious about that. So like you said, you gotta, even if you may not be trying to wait, you still play that game with him to see what he's gonna do in that situation. Because if a guy just slide, because you know what I'm saying, I'll take you out to dinner, and is that equal? I'm just confused.
What?
So if a guy does that, you know his intent. So.
Yeah.
Run.
And Wynton, I gotta ask you, man, because I feel like you definitely will understand this. How do you feel as far as men wanting something that they have to actually pursue versus something that they can get a little bit easy?
I mean, exactly how y'all put it. If I don't have to chase for it, I'm not gonna appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like cohabitation though, that's not bound to work unless y'all had the same goal in mind. So going back to what I was saying before, because I had forgotten, I wrote it down on the. So look, you know how you was talking about when y'all were moving the couch. If one person is moving, it's not going to be as easy.
Yeah.
But in my head, it was if y'all move the couch in opposing directions as well, then y'all aren't going to get anywhere. So in a relationship, for it to work at bare minimum, y'all have to have the same goal for even getting into it.
That's real.
That's big facts.
Post that as a caption.
Yeah, for real. I didn't even think about it
we
like
need that on the t-shirt too. Don't worry, we'll make sure we'll give y'all a cut. But we definitely need that on the t-shirt.
Wow.
That's real.
That's deep, bro. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
So to full circle that point, I feel like if somebody has the intentions to stay with you, they either will or won't have the intentions to marry you in the future. And if they don't, they're going to misuse those wife duties. That's full wife duties. That's not even like a half or a portion. You know what I'm saying? At that point, he already knows what he wants, and he's gonna abuse that until he can't.
Yeah.
Very true, bro.
I love to hear the perspective of different brothers, man, and us like really breaking stuff down, because I think, like you said, B, this conversation is needed.
Yes.
It's definitely needed, man.
Certainly is. And with that being said, what do you fellas think about how a lot of these people just treat us when we decide to have an opinion about the type of women that we want, the type of women that we like, and the type of women that we would like to pursue?
I feel like as a man, as a person, you're allowed to have your opinion and a preference. As long as I've been on this earth for 22 years, I've seen a spectrum of women come in front of me. You get what I'm saying? So I've seen the traditional woman. I've seen the woman that don't want to work and just want to be a hot girl. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's whatever you want to see under the sun. But at the end of the day, if you want that, there will be a woman to provide what you want. And that's all he was saying, you know what I'm saying? In terms of that's something that's what he desires in a woman. You know, a woman that can cook, take care of home. He's established and has his own structure as to how he wants to run his home, and that's fine.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like he's just entitled to say what he wants, as well as anybody wants to live their life any way they choose. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be penalized for that.
For real.
I feel like just nowadays a lot of people don't speak their mind. They just go around the bush just to be able to say something that you know everybody's going to agree with. But the fact that he went up there and said what he wanted, I mean, what's wrong with being picky? That's why a lot of relationships don't work nowadays either. Because you just because you run into a girl, she look bad. You didn't spend a whole year with her, find out some things you don't even like. It's like, why not be picky? I know a lot of dudes that don't tell me what the girl of their dreams look like. And then you look at the girl, and it's not that. So it's like, be picky so you can be happy. And I feel like that would make the relationship a lot better. Because let's be honest, girls are pickier than guys, but we're going to leave that alone.
Oh, man, definitely.
He too short. He got dreads. Your mustache too little. Like, golly.
Gotta have tattoos.
Right.
6 feet tall as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I look a certain way.
Right.
I'm telling you. But no, I definitely agree with you on that as well. And I think that a lot of times too, kind of like alluding back what Playe was saying, like you have certain women, they'll say they want a certain type of thing or a certain type of man, but if you look at maybe their actions or when they get that type of man or it comes about, they don't really actually want that. Because to me, I always used to believe that when I was single, I was like, every woman don't want a good man. Because what it really takes to be with a good man, you have to be a certain type of person. And a lot of women, I'm telling you, I dated a lot of women, and I ain't saying they was always in the wrong, but I know I was a good man to them, and it just didn't work out because I'm like, you're not doing these simple things that it takes for a relationship to grow. So to me, I think it was just the idea. A lot of women like the idea of a good man, or even some men like the idea of a good woman. But if you ain't putting the work in for it, you ain't gonna have that.
There was an old clip that has been going around the internet lately, especially with the whole Jada situation regarding her feelings and stuff for Tupac. But we talked about that in the last episode. I'm not going over that again. There was a clip that was circulating about how Pac was being interviewed, and this was before he had the bald head, and I think it was before he got the Thug Life tattoo, before he was rocking the bandanas, whatever. And he said that he was just too nice. Right? Somebody told him that he was just too nice and he was this nice guy and no woman really wanted him. But when he switched up, he was always talking about West Coast, West Side, bald head, bandanaed up, tatted up, thug life on the chest, throwing a whole bunch of bees and whatever in his songs. We know how Pac got down with the music. That's when all the women wanted him. And it's crazy. Like you just said, a lot of women, mostly because we're sticking on the topic of women right now, a lot of women like the idea of a good man, but if they ever came across one, and this is not all women, right? I said a lot of women. A lot of women like the idea of a good man, but if they ever came across one, they wouldn't know what to do with one. They don't know how to act with one.
Yeah, he boring.
Right.
You ain't doing enough.
He not good.
Your joke's corny.
Right. He corny. He a lame. He goofy.
But let that dude that you going after though, he treat you bad. Oh man, they dirty. They dogs, bro. Like what? It's so backwards.
It makes no sense.
Wow.
It's crazy.
What do we do? Well, what do y'all do? What do y'all do? Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about
Hey,
that.
Mike.
My bad. I'm out the game, bro. Nah, for real though, what y'all do?
Oh.
Nah, what y'all gonna do, man? Cause y'all really, it's a real question for y'all, cause y'all in the game right now.
Man, I feel like this is what I've learned recently.
What's up?
Put your energy where you want it, bro. And you got to peep the signs early. If you don't peep the signs early, you just sitting there like, you know when something's going on that you may not like in the future, bro. And move off that. Because a lot of people wait to the end and like, bro, she's still doing this, or you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's too late. Y'all done been dating for a year. You wasted both of y'all time. And y'all got to find out, you know what I'm saying, what y'all about to do after this. Get over a girl. Like, just a lot of people, they just don't take stuff serious, bro.
Now, hold on now. You talking some real game now. We in a safe space.
I ain't perfect. I ain't say that.
No, I understand that. Because I'm this is really for the fellas. I think that's gonna help them a lot, right? So how do a man get over that though? Even they know the signs, they see them, but you don't open yourself up. You done got the cookie good, but then now it's hard to leave. You see them signs, but it's like now it's some ties to that. How do you leave?
That's why you got people early before you get, would you say cookie?
Yeah. Yeah, you know the cookie.
You know exactly what
the cookie jar.
Just peep before you get the cookie, man. That's my only advice to y'all out there.
But how do you just get up and go? Like, what you be like, yo, I'm done. Like,
it ain't easy. I'll tell you that much.
Especially after you get the cookie. Especially once that physical aspect gets involved. It's tough to leave, man. For real.
It is.
I used to be this guy, right? I've done it 3 times. I'm not gonna cap. I don't want to do it anymore. Technically, I've done it 4 times, bro. We ain't count.
Maybe 5. Maybe 5.
No. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
It was this one time.
There were 3 times, 3 incidences where I've gotten the cookie on the very first night, and it was tough to leave because I was attached.
Yeah.
Physically, like I was attached physically, and because we did the thing, you know what I'm saying? That emotional attachment was that much greater, and it was harder for either of us to part. And the reason why I said it was a 4th time because it wasn't the first night; it was the 2nd night. But that's neither here nor there. It's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Because once you get it, you will like literally start to reason with yourself. Well, you know what? I mean, she do this good, you know.
Right.
You start to
Very
think
true.
about these
Yes.
little things.
Very
like,
true.
Like,
Yes.
it's okay, she all right. And then you know, bruh,
Right.
this ain't gonna last.
Trying to trick your own self.
Exactly.
We
Why you gotta
compromising
try
our
to-
own things you
For real.
want.
Yeah, want to convince yourself to stay in something you know ain't good for you.
Yep.
Well, look, I feel like to answer the question, how do you find that? I feel like that comes down to your spiritual relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, bro, that's your flesh that you fighting.
Almost
You
that
know
way.
what I'm saying? If that cookie fire, I'm going to go eat again. You know what I'm saying? You need to have an impeding force intervene, you know? Because sometimes your flesh stronger than your spirit.
No, that's right.
So I feel like you just got to have a stronger foundation to build upon.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with you. I do agree with you. Because I think for me, that's the one deciding factor before my last relationship. That was the one deciding factor where I was like, okay, I got to make a change because, I got my heart broken. So I'm like, okay, I got to put something there because I keep trying to put another person to give me this one thing that I want. I feel like we got this one thing in us that we just want to make us feel whole. But that really only, in my opinion, that only can come from God. God knows that exact thing that you need. So you got to go to that first because if not, you're going to continue to try to find that in other people. And it's only going to keep you void. Nobody can ever feel you like that. So
That leaves you in a state of codependency if you're trying to expect everything from one person.
and they only going to let you down.
Truly.
They can't never do it, like that. So I do agree with you on that one.
Sure.
Man, that's that's a great act to follow. Excuse me, it's a tough act to follow because that kind of reminds me of something that a lot of people have been talking about recently regarding looking for all of what you want in a person. And I think it was one of our previous guests who taught me about the 80-20 rule. Have y'all ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what this young lady said was that typically when you get into a relationship with somebody who you really like, they'll most likely possess 80% of the 100% of things that you want out of a mate, right? Mm-hmm. But for a lot of people, instead of being content with having 80% out of 100% of the things that they really want, they'll feel like that relationship might not be the best because they're lacking that 20% that they may want. Like, let's say that I met the woman of my dreams. She has a majority, like 80-85% of everything that I want. You know, so many people feel like I may just want to look elsewhere for that 20%. Me personally, I'm content with that 80%. I'm good. I know not every woman, not even not every woman, but I know that there's probably most likely no woman on this planet that has 100% of the things that I want. Right. You know, so I'm good with 80%. Yeah. But there's a lot of people who aren't good with that, and that's why I think that a lot of people step out of their relationships. They'll go cheat with somebody who has that 20%, or they'll be like, okay, well, I want to break up with you. This isn't working out. Then they'll find somebody with that 20%, but that's all they have. Right. Yeah. They don't have the 80%. They don't even have 100%. They only have that 20% of what you were looking for. And then it's like, kind of tying back to your point earlier, Mike, how you said how some women will just be like, man, that man is trash. Like, all men are trash. All men are this. All men are that. Because you went to find somebody who had that 20% and you wasn't content with the 80%.
Yeah. Grass ain't green on the other side.
It's not.
But that's when that's when I'm thinking with the other head instead of the head above.
Facts, man.
You know what I mean? We've done it. We've all done it.
We've all done it. So, you know, with that being said, man, that's definitely a bulk of what I wanted to discuss today, but it's far from over. We have way more ground to cover. And first, before we even get into that, man, there's something that just crossed my mind regarding, you know, a lot of the talented individuals that we have had on this show before. All right? Shout out to Flawless on episode 25. Hey. Shout out to Autumn Jeanette on episode 28. Now we have another talented guest on today's show. And I know they won't let me forget it. Shout out to Tony and shout out to Deshawnee Knox, right, in episode 30. Both talented individuals as well.
Yes, sir.
But today, episode 32, we have another talented guest who has agreed to drop something for us on the spot.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
So before we continue, I wanted to make sure we got this out of the way before I forgot. Because he might have thought that we forgot, but we ain't forgot.
I ain't never scared.
So Playe with the dreads. Hey. What you got for us, brother?
I'm going to rap a little verse for y'all real quick, if y'all don't mind.
Right, rap. Wait a minute, rap.
Now I sing a little something to do a little Donny Hathaway real quick.
Okay.
Like I said, song coming out Saturday. Y'all check that out. All in my head. Here we go. I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs. I've made some bad rhymes. I've acted out my life on stages with 10,000 people watching, yeah. But we're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you. I ain't warm up, but it's a little something.
Let's go.
Appreciate that.
That's cool. That's dope, bruh.
Yes,
for
sir.
those of y'all that don't know, man, this dude is extremely talented. Not only does he sing his own songs, he writes them, he also produces beats as well. Like,
shout out to Mike, by the way. The reason why I produced, because Mike, you know, my boy Rand, you know, we used to make beats on the porch. He had the end, I had the middle, and my other boy had the other side.
Bro,
cold with it. Cold with it.
But nah, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. I'm proud of you too.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Most definitely. Thank you for that, man. We greatly appreciate it.
For sure.
Mike, like you said before, man, you can definitely recognize somebody's talent when you just put them on the spot like that. They just drop something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no hesitation. Like, you want me to hit it next?
No. Listen, don't listen to what this man is saying. He ain't like, no.
I got it.
No. He is not musically inclined like that. Stop. Cut. Hey, that's the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's funny. Mike.
Yes, sir.
You know what time it is.
Man, what time is it?
You know what time it is.
It's 8:34.
Other than that,
My bad. You wanted real time.
No,
Nah,
I wear a
fine.
watch. You know that. It is time.
It's that time.
For the dessert.
Yes, sir.
And this is the portion of the show that you all know, ladies and gentlemen, where we get into the answers of the week from the previous episode. So with that being said, Mike.
Yes, sir.
What was the question of the week from episode 31?
So the question from the previous week was, what has your small wins taught you?
Okay.
And I think it's only right we let the guests answer the question first as well.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Which one of y'all would like to, give y'all a little time to think about it, but, what has your small wins taught you? Whoever will go first.
I just keep it really short. Honestly, my small wins has taught me to learn how to take things slowly. And, because with me, I'd be so excited to make stuff happen, right then. Man, my money low. I need $5,000. What's the way I can make $5,000? But take one day at a time. Mm-hmm. Each small win turns into, the lottery.
Yes, sir.
You get anything you want. You just take your time with it, bro.
Yes, sir. I like that.
Look, and to continue on what you had said, for me personally, a lot of the times, my small wins, I don't look at them in the perspective that I should. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing the finish line and not the steps that it takes to get there, so I don't appreciate them in the same magnitude. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that I'm actually learning now, is how to better appreciate those small steps from getting A's on assignments or learning new information or just growing in general.
Gotcha.
But what did I learn from them? Like you said, just take life slow, bro, and appreciate where you at.
That's a big fact right there.
Oh, it is.
Because you'll be done look back in the past and you over there reminiscing on the time that when you was in it, in the present, you didn't even care about it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
And that's time you don't get back.
You ain't getting none of that back.
Don't.
That's a fact, man. Time is our most valuable asset, man. Once you lose it, you can never get that back.
Nope.
So, ladies and gentlemen, be careful with how you spend your time. And I'm sure you guys already know that, but a lot of us don't think about it. Mm-hmm. Too many of us are willing to just sit by and idly just not do anything, right? We talked about this before, especially in our social media episode, man. The scroll hole. You pick up your phone as soon as you wake up, you be on Instagram just scrolling. Next thing you know, 2 hours that went by, you about to be late for work or for whatever it is that you wanted to do. Maybe you didn't even have to work that day. Still, no matter what, those 2 hours went by and you're never going to get that time back. So just, keep that in mind. Remember that.
Same for relationships, too, when y'all looking for the right shorty. You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right about that.
Take your time.
Take your time. Preach.
Shout out to each and every single one of you guys who have answered the question of the week. Mike, who are we starting with today?
So we're going to start with Fit Ebony. Appreciate you always for showing us love as well.
Most definitely.
So she said, ain't no such thing as small wins. Every win leads me to a happier experience on this earth. And since we can't take material things with us to the next life, we must celebrate and learn from every win and loss.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah,
Bars.
I like that.
Indeed. Those are major keys. Yes, if you guys are not following Fit Ebony, go ahead and follow her. It's FITT.EB as in boy, ONI. All right. She also has an amazing podcast, Morning Motivation for the Fit Mind. Be sure to go ahead and tap in with her. She is on all major platforms. She's always dropping amazing affirmations and just, she's always a pleasure to listen to. I've known her for a few years, so shout out to Ebony.
Yeah.
Next up, from XX Jasmine, she said, small wins taught me that you should always celebrate your achievements no matter how big or small.
Big facts.
Big facts.
True.
Shout out to the home team, Juice Bar Swanee. They pulled up on us. They said, keep celebrating small wins to help motivate you to achieve the big ones.
Let's go.
Straight like that.
This one comes from They Fall for Autumn. Shout out to Autumn Jeanette. She said, they've taught me that everything is going to be okay.
Yeah. I feel that.
Just keep going.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. Keep going.
Most definitely.
So,
well, last but not least, it's just our answers. I pretty much said small wins have shown me that I'm not a loser. You can't be a loser if all you do is win. So no matter how you feel about yourself, because let's be honest, we don't always feel the best about ourselves. There's always some sort of flaw, always some sort of insecurity that we may have about ourselves. But if you just have the mindset that all you do is win, you're going to always have that motivation to keep going.
That's T-Pain.
Yep.
All I do is win. Now, that's real, though.
For real.
So I just said, my small wins has taught me to never take anything for granted because small wins are actually big wins.
There you go. So, again, thank you to each and every single one of you guys and girls who have answered the question of the week from episode 31. We greatly appreciate it because, man, this one, surprisingly, we put this one up last minute and we had a whole bunch of answers. And I wanted to thank you guys as well because we literally put y'all on the spot and y'all had answers for us. So, shout out to
thank you for having us.
Yeah, most definitely. So,
I'll be back.
Now, before we conclude the show, we can't just go over the answers without giving you another question.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, Mike, what is today's question of the week?
So the question for this week is, what personal prisons have you built out of fears? This one's tough.
It is tough.
Makes you think.
I don't even know if I have an answer on the spot for this one.
I don't. I'm not going to force this one because I got to actually think about that. Because I think we all have done this in some way.
Like I said before, I mean, we all have some sort of insecurity. We all have some sort of flaw about ourselves. But what about insecurities about other things? Because of those insecurities, I know we have all built personal prisons for ourselves.
Yeah. Because
of just some sort of preconceived notion or something that we might have just thought about regarding ourselves. And it's just like, yo, I can't do this or I can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't, never could, man.
No, that's real talk. I know one of Playe's is that he can't beat me in ball. Like that's he's had that for a long time.
Can y'all zoom in on my face real quick? Y'all don't want to do the hooping.
For everybody who couldn't see that because you're only listening to us and not watching, shame on you, first of all. No, you should definitely listen. But, yo, that man had the illest stone face I've ever seen. He said that's cat. Where your blue cap at? You show like your blue cap.
That's funny.
I'm just trying to see y'all boys one-on-ones now.
Do that. It's going to be quick.
Hey, that's going to be some behind the scenes footage for the Patreon that we're about to launch. That's coming
lit.
soon.
I like that.
Yes, sir.
We could definitely do that. That'd be fun.
Oh, man. But, y'all know how to answer the question, man. Y'all can get at us on Instagram. We're going to post a question each week. You can get at us on TikTok if you want to. You can email us at residualimpactpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can just put it in the comments on YouTube if you want to as well. And I think that's all the ways they can get that.
Yes, sir. That's pretty much it. And again, we greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys who constantly answer the question of the week.
So, man, I mean, B, 32 episodes. This has been a great one. This has been very insightful.
Yes, sir.
Very educational.
Yes,
I love,
sir.
man, the guests that we have brought on. I think, first let me ask y'all, do y'all have anything that y'all want to give to the people? Maybe something inspirational, something about yourself that you want them to know, before we wrap this thing up?
No. Actually, I think I might have an answer to your question.
Okay.
So, and between me and y'all as a platform of men, I feel like a personal fear of mine was actually coming here today.
Really?
On some slick. Because it's like, I'm comfortable with talking to people. If you know me outside of this, bruh, everybody knows my name. You could hear my voice a mile away. But it was something about coming here today that I felt intimidated by. And there was nothing but great things brought about this experience and new relationships that I'm able to have with y'all in the future. Right. So I'd say go past your fears and try things that you're not comfortable with.
Okay.
Because you never know what it'll yield.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's big facts. That's
yes.
big talk right there.
Real stuff.
I like that.
I'm actually in the same thing because that's like a lesson that I'm learning right now. It's a lot of things that get thrown at you. And like you said, you'll be scared. And you don't even know you're scared, but your body is just telling you, like, just from your actions. So
yes, sir.
I feel like if you're comfortable, then you need to go find something that's gonna scare you a little bit. And if you have something that's in front of you that scares you, go after it. Because that thought in your head gonna come real quick. The second you, well, I didn't iron my clothes, or I don't have the right outfit, my hair not done. Like, you'll find an excuse quick when you're scared, bro. So go after your stuff, even if you're scared for it, or scared of it, should I say. I apologize.
It's all good, man.
And also, I'm sorry, I already told my daughter I was gonna do this for her and my niece.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, go for it. And shout out to my daughter and my niece. They actually starting their own business. My daughter's starting a bracelet line. It's called Blue Sky, and my niece's is Imagine That. So she's actually doing a lip gloss line. So we're trying to teach the kids to have a business early, so once they get older, they can have their own money, not relying on no guys. And you know what I'm saying? Just push your kids. Always push them to the greatest limit that they can be, or where they can get to at a young age.
Big facts.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to y'all. Y'all keep doing your thing. I love you, girls.
So I love that, man.
Appreciate that. Proud of y'all too. Episode 32.
Yes,
And I already know I done did YouTube, so this junk is not easy.
No,
Any of y'all watching this video, it's not easy. That editing is crazy, and then your computer starts
Tell me
acting up
about
on you. You know, open up the video, you got things missing out the video. So
man,
y'all keep going, bro. Don't let nobody tell you I can't do it, because all it does is it's just consistency, bro.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that for real, man.
That's it, man.
Another one in the books.
Another one.
32.
32.
I'm thankful to each and every single one of you guys who consistently tune in, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's watching our content on Instagram, whether it's, watching our TikToks, whatever. Tuning in on all the audio platforms that we're on. I'm grateful for every single one of you, because really, y'all are who we do it for.
Yep.
Right? We started this with the idea of like, let's just start a podcast. We don't know where it's going to go, but we just had the idea of starting.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Not at all. And we talked about this before the cameras even cut on, like episode 1. Even though, Mike, I know you cringe even trying to watch it, so you don't watch it. It's crazy to see where we started and where we are now. Like, so much is different, from the location to the setup to, the guests that we have on the show, when we didn't have any of it in the beginning. And it's mind-blowing to me to even think about all of this stuff that has happened up to episode 32. Imagine what's going to happen in another 30 episodes.
Yeah, man.
It's going to get easier for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all going to be able to build a team.
So anything that you want to do, literally, like, look at us as an example. All you do is just start, bro, and you will figure out everything as you go. Don't be afraid. Like Wynton said, just if it scares you, bro, do it anyways. Like, just go for it. You never know what it may yield. So, because look at us now, bro.
For real.
I'm handsome.
That was a lie.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly why he is wearing a blue cap. All right? Stop the cap.
So yeah, man, before we go, man, y'all just let the people know your social media handles, so where they can find you and, look up some of your stuff that y'all got going on.
Y'all can find me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? That's the only one I have. At grounded_state, no periods. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I pretty much got everything. It's the same name. Play with the Dreads, PLAYE, WIT, Dreads with the Z. You heard. We out. Wow.
Oh, so
he does this on a regular.
Big facts. But B, you got anything else for the people?
There's only one thing left to say, Mike.
What is that?
Where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past. Until next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.